Y'all heard of Hell Week. Hell Week's the 5th week. And there's a lot of running and swimming and...
So you went through the week and you didn't get cut. Obviously, you made it through. So now you're a frogman.
I'm a frogman. It's unique and the training is so severe. Well, you either make it or you don't. And it really brings your inner character, all your principles, your faith, your strength, your emotional, your physical strengths and weaknesses. It shows you where you're weak, where you're strong, determination, how to complete the mission, like just going through your day.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ben Marten, your Everyday Warrior co-host. Rich and I just want to say thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Hey, and if you appreciate this content, do me a favor. You could like it, you could share it, you could comment, and please send a review to help us spread the word of the Warrior Way. You know what? Better yet, I got a friend named Natalie. She said, why don't you share this video with your friends, your kids, your brothers, your fathers, even your dog, and tell them why they should watch it. It's a great video. Do us a big favor. If you want to help us spread this amazing message, go to the website. It's at the link at the bottom in the description. Hey, I got an idea. Hey, Rich, where you at? Let's get after it.
Well, hey, welcome to another podcast of Everyday Warrior. And if you've been tracking with us, you know that we focus on 5 different principles that make up a warrior: courage, perseverance, leadership, reward, and power. And we're excited today, man. I'm here with my partner, Ben Marten. And we have a special guest for you today. I mean, you're gonna love hearing a story of a guy who's done some pretty cool things. And so, Ben, I'm gonna ask you, because he was a high school teacher of yours.
He was.
Would you introduce us to our special guest today?
Well, it was only 5 years ago he was my high school teacher. Not 25, like the truth comes out, but there we go. It's my pleasure and my privilege to bounce off another great episode of the Everyday Warrior with a good friend, former teacher, mentor to so many people in Freeport here. The only guy that I've never once in my entire life seen wear pants.
Long pants.
Well, hey, funerals, he said, right? Yeah.
Good clarification.
Well, I guess, yeah, wait, fix that right. The guy wears shorts everywhere, all right? He's got a seasonal pass to church. He can wear them to church all he wants to. He's all good. His name's Jay Castro. Jay Castro, welcome to the podcast. I really appreciate you coming, buddy. And we're here today at the beautiful Generations Brewery in Freeport. My buddy Stephen Winter was kind enough to let us come in here and film in here. It's a beautiful venue. It's a fantastic place. It's just a really cool place. These places always they're neat, you know what I mean? They bring you in, it's inviting, you know, in summertime, he's got a big door here, he opens up, it's beautiful. Jay actually painted this, the logo for Generations up there. I don't know if you can catch that, Natalie. Jay he's a plethora of things, all right? Not only was he a high school art teacher, but on the weekends, I discovered today while we were talking, he did something really special on his weekends while he was teaching art. We all knew that he was in the military when we were growing up. He was actually a frogman, right? Part of the UDT, the underwater demolition team in the Navy. And the Navy SEALs, we found out later, they absorbed the UDT. Am I right about that? He was a Navy SEAL, did 3 tours in Vietnam. He trained for years and years and years in the Navy. Also, continuing while I was in high school, the guy left on the weekends to go train people in Coronado. So that's pretty cool.
Navy Reserves.
Navy Reserves, yeah. So just to start off, the biggest question I can think of right now is, what in the world made you, what made you go down that path for your career, for your life? Like, that's a life choice. That's not just a career choice.
Well, out of high school, we all make a decision, what are we gonna do? And my father died young, so I had some military background from him. My uncles were in the military. They were kind of my mentors, so I want to go in the military. I was going to art school at Ray Vogue Art School in Chicago, a year out of high school, and then the draft changed. The deferment changed. The only people that were still deferred were medical and theological students.
Okay.
So my roommate Bob and I enlisted in the Navy. We're going to be together for 4 years. I said, man, great. Go into somebody you know. Mm-hmm. So the weekend before I go to show up for Great Lakes, I get in this brawl with 3 guys. So I find out, if you're going to brawl with the biggest guy.
Okay, all right. Let's pay attention now, people.
So I'm going to throw the first punch, the cops grab me. I'm the oldest by 6 weeks. They're going to arrest me, put me in jail. And they find out I'm going to the Navy on Monday. They said, okay, you're going to the Navy. So we're at Clark Street. It's a recruiting station. You're going to go to Great Lakes. And all sworn in. We're standing in line waiting to hop on a bus. This is during the airplane strike at 66. And we're watching the Marine Corps recruiters and Navy recruiters, and something's going on in the office. The Marine recruiters go to the Navy recruiters, and they're talking to these guys, and they're going like, not me. And they look out there, and they point to the line of guys, and they're looking like, this is not good. They come out and they start counting. 20. All right, you guys are now Marines. Like,
Oh, what?
now, I think Tet was starting to happen.
Oh,
So
really?
this guy went in the Marine Corps. So I get sent to Coronado. And luckily, that's where the Frogman trained.
Okay.
So I'm working in a chow hall, and I'm seeing these guys running around, all wet, carrying this rubber boat on their head. And I go, what are those guys? They're tadpoles. What's a tadpole? It's going to be a frogman. So I remember reading a Sergeant Rock comic book. Sergeant Rock and the boys are walking down by the beach, and there's a firefight. And they see somebody wounded, and they come up there, and it's a Navy guy. And the Navy says, I'm supposed to go in and blow the bridge up. Sergeant Rock says, we can do that. Come on, boy. Come on, boys. The last scene in the comic, the frogman's swimming out to sea with his arms bandaged. He's waving. Behind him's a periscope. And I'm going, that's what I want to do. I want to be a frogman. I knew nothing else about being a frogman. So
This is
So you knew nothing else. So this is so
Coronado Island. I'm all familiar with that. So nowadays, there's all the talk about the Navy SEALs and stuff. This was pre-Navy SEAL time, or your frogmen got?
that time was only underwater demolition
Underwater. Okay.
before the SEALs.
Gotcha.
So take the test. It's running, swimming, chin-ups, pull-ups.
how much? How much of each?
Running, swimming.
I think it's a 200-meter swim, time, so many push-ups, so many chin-ups, mile run, it's all time. But it's one right after the other. And I never trained like that.
Okay.
So I flunked the test.
You just went. Okay, all right, yeah.
I thought, we're gonna get this done. So I started sneaking over the fence at night, swimming at night during the dark. And frogmen don't do splash moves. They do breaststroke and side stroke. So I started doing those times, took the test again, passed it. So I could start training. I think it was January 3rd, 1967. And class 40. Now they're on class 400 and something. So this is way back.
You were class 40.
Class 40. There was East Coast and West Coast at the time. Now there's only East or West Coast. So the grinding. And it turned out that most frogmen are wrestlers or swimmers.
And you were neither?
I was a wrestler.
You were a wrestler, okay. All right.
From Savannah. Savannah had a
Savannah, Illinois, that is.
Great wrestling history through its career. Y'all heard of Hell Week. Hell Week's the 5th week. And there's a lot of running and swimming and leaning into cold water and a lot of shrinkage coming out of cold water. So
We've all been there. Don't you say you haven't.
So finally, Hell Week's over. I'm like, it's Monday morning, we're on the field, the grinder, we're doing calisthenics. The shore patrol truck pulls up. And they're going, no, Castro. I go, oh. I run over there, every place you move, you double time.
Double time, right? Okay.
So I get there, shore patrol's, put the cuffs on him. Proctor goes, no, he's okay. Get in the back of the wagon, son. God, what'd I do? I'm making $22 a month, barely enough to drink beer. I got to go back to the chow hall where I last worked. So I go to the chow hall, and the warrant officer, very upset. Very upset. You've been AWOL for 5 weeks. So, why? Because you never checked out of here. You just left. you're supposed to like put in a check to your boss. You give it to the officer.
Okay.
Permission to leave the command.
Yeah.
Never did. I just said, see you guys. Navy Frogman. So he's like very upset.
Rivet.
Give this man duty every day in the Navy till he's out. Phone rings. Oh yes. No, slam. And furthermore, I'm like, yeah, hello. Yes. Right away. Opens the desk, gets a checkbook out, throws it at me and says, get the F out of here, and I want to see you again. First call is from the command.
Okay.
Want our trainee back. He said, not no, hell no.
Okay.
Second is from the admiral. You will send our man back right now. I get back there, double time.
Double time, right? Exactly.
That's project goes, we're Jay Castro. I guess I had to go down and see my last command. He goes, assume the position.
Is that the push-up position? Okay.
So tell me the story. So, well, and anyway, and finally they kicked me out. He goes, all right, recover, hit it. That means run off the deck or the wall, stand in the water. So now you stand in the water up to here. Finally says, all right, I believe the story, get out. So now you stand up and you're shivering, and a 2-mile run starts. You run down to the end of the base, across the street, and then you start your 2-mile. I'm sopping wet.
Still sopping wet and cold.
So the thing that happens when you're sopping wet and you're running your toes
Oh, yeah.
and like your cheeks, you start getting chaff.
Oh.
That was a big problem. So that was a learning lesson. But that's kind of how training went.
Jeez Louise.
And let me clarify this. Did they have, because you hear a lot nowadays when it comes to Navy SEALs, right? You hear about the Hell Week. Did you went through Hell Week?
Everybody does.
Did they have the bell and everything when you?
Before the bell.
Before the bell.
We were way, way back.
Wow.
Well, see, Rich and I, we just got done listening to a book called Fearless. And it's about a SEAL Team 5 member, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's all the stuff you're saying, because he goes through BUDS and then
Yes.
the Hell Week and the training and the training and the training just.
So you went through the week and you didn't get cut. Obviously, you made it through. So now you're a frogman.
I'm a frogman.
Wow.
What was the first assignment, I guess you
Team
had?
11, Team 12, at that time they sent the whole team over. And the team consisted of admin, your gunners, your boat crew people, and we're all frogmen. Now they have admin people that work that are regular Navy sailors. They have mechanics working in the boat shop. They have gunners mates work in the weapon shop. So all the guys are free to be combat.
Okay.
So, excuse me. The team went to Philippines, others are overseas headquarters, and from there platoons would go into Vietnam. So my first trip was on a submarine, and we went to, if this is the DMZ, we went north of DMZ,
Oh, man.
and we were mostly doing mapping. And mapping is, you come out of the submarine, you have a slate, you have a knife, no mask. Why no mask? If they shoot a mortar off, it's going to reflect off your mask. They're going to mortar you. No mask.
They can see. Oh, wow. So they're spotting for that. That makes.
Why no guns? Because you're making a map. You're not going to be on the beach. You can be in the water. So
So you were mapping.
we were mapping at night. You get in a rubber boat. You go within 2,000 meters. 2 guys that get out. They're the swimmer scouts. They go in a surf zone, and their eyes and ears. Is it safe? If it's safe to come back on shore, they'll flashlight. The flashlight has a beam, so it's just always sees a spot. Two more guys come in. One guy has a Swedish K machine gun, which is a shot, I think, 38 millimeter. Why Swedish K? At that time, there's no weapon you could put in the water and bring it up and shoot, except for the Swedish K. This guy has a paddle. It's got 2 lights on it. And there's a line tied to it. And the line goes out about 200 meters to a guy that's on a boat. Every 50 meters, there's a frogman. And when the guy goes like this, that means get in line. If you're this way, you're too far to one side. If you're that way, you're too far that side. Once you're on line, you flash it again. You have a lead line with a chunk of lead on it and a string. You dip it in water. 1 knot, 1 foot. 2 knots, 2 feet, 3 feet, 3 knots, right around your slate. And it goes like this, and you move on. So you're taking, well, then you dive down the water and see if it's sand, coral, or rock. And you write that down. So
Oh man,
all this information is
you're like physically doing everything that nowadays a machine would do, right? You're physically diving down. You're seeing the depth, the content of what's on the bottom.
They are their machine.
The tides and stuff like that too. Making sure, right?
Tide's a big thing. The line got cut, and you're supposed to grab your partner, Dorsey, start moving. Someone out to sea, I hear this motor. I don't know if it's ours or theirs. And the waves are like,
Oh yeah.
so the boat goes by us. When it comes back, it's by us again. It's gone. Swimming out to sea, hour and a half. You're about 9,000 miles away from home and you can't touch the bottom. Swimming out to sea.
Swimming out to sea.
Dorsey, pull your flare. The flare's so long, has nipples on one end for night, which means it's a flare. The other end is smoke for daytime. Pulls his flare, it doesn't work. Case of beer. Equipment doesn't work. Bad. Bad. 2 cases of beer. So we finally get picked up by a riverboat. There's a guy in the second riverboat with the radio, and all he's hearing is squelches. Go left. Go right. Out to sea. Finally, we hear this sentence. My rod is hard. I mean, the submarine's coming around. Comes around, boats throw the line between it, pulls you out to sea. Coming up, I grab your boat comes up, submarine comes up between us. We run inside the submarine. I had a big deck, like a big cigar that opened up, ran inside, closed it, submarine's down, gone.
Wow. So you don't even know the submarine's there. This just rises up. And boys will be boys, right? The rod is hard.
So I tell my sons, religion. Give my grandsons something to believe in for when they can't find a sub. When you're swimming out to sea an hour and a half, and you're 9,000 miles away from home, you better have something or somebody to believe in.
Yeah.
So I say,
Amen. That's a great point.
teach my sons something to believe in when they can't find a sub.
When you can't, you better have something to believe in. Think about that. That's his wording right there.
Yeah. That's what we're all about. You know, is giving people something to believe in that's not going to fade, that's not going to diminish.
It's real.
That's eternal and real. Yeah. So, wow. I mean, I got to listen to this stuff all day.
I know. I could.
I have a question for you, Jay. Like, that training, that experience that you had, what were some of the principles that stuck with you to this day? That just
I think it's unique, and the training is so severe. Well, you either make it or you don't, and it really brings your inner character, all your principles, your faith, your strength, your emotional, your physical strengths and weaknesses. It shows you where you're weak, where you're strong, determination, how to complete the mission, like just going through your day. One thing Patty Burke, who was assistant principal, taught me when I was teaching: have a goal, have a short goal and a long goal for each day. I think when you're in a situation like that, your goal has to be minute by minute. You can't think, oh man, next week we got to start going over the rocks. Minute by minute, perseveration, determination. And I think rarely do you are in a situation where you're stressed to the limits. But how much can you do? How far can you go? How far can you really go? Not I want to go, but how far can you really go? Or like, this guy's dragging. Come on, man, we can make it. And then a couple times pull your buddy across the line.
Remember that principle we talked about? So perseverance, you said it there. That's just ringing in my. That's one of our 5 principles, right? One of the 5 areas every man needs to walk in every single day is perseverance, and we call it the Joseph principle, right? Joseph from the Bible, he persevered no matter what. He knew that there was an end goal, but there was also somebody leading him. There was somebody there, like you said, there was somebody, to use your thing, holding that line, right? On the end of the oar with the lights on there, right? Man, so.
In group, this guy's laughter may carry us on. This guy's voice, all right, guys, let's go. See, you start camaraderie, you start a brotherhood of all parts coming together to be a frogman. That's unique in life.
Yes.
I mean, how many times are you really tested? Mm-hmm. That's a
great question. How many times are you really tested? Yeah. How many times can you make it 5 more seconds? Remember, that's it, that thing. Yeah. Like, how many times in your can you make it 5 more seconds? But you're not just making it 5 more seconds for yourself. You're making it for Dorsey or for, you know what I mean?
Every time you're a diver, you have somebody. Mm-hmm. If you give up, he has to come up too, because he's a somebody. Yes. Stick with you. If you're paddling the boat and he falls over, you got to go with him. Mm-hmm. No questions why. He's my partner.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and when we talk about perseverance, oftentimes we share how there were the right people that came around at the right time for Joseph. And I've heard many guys in the military, one particularly I can think of, a very close friend of mine, said he never rediscovered that brotherhood when he was back in civilian life that he had in the military. And that's one of the things we feel strongly about, is that men need the brotherhood. Mm-hmm. They need people that are like-minded, that are fighting the same battles. And the military battles, there's nothing to compare with that. I don't like it when people talk about sports as being, this is war, right, and that. It doesn't compare. It's a game. Mm-hmm. But it does teach you principles that are similar. But I think what is really needed is the brotherhood, because you're not just doing it for you. Sometimes we'd give up on ourselves quicker than we'd give up on other people.
Bingo.
Most of the time we do more for a friend than we sometimes would even do for ourselves.
Right.
And I'm sure, and I'd be interested in hearing, I'm sure you had that as a Navy SEAL, as a frogman, that camaraderie of brotherhood.
One summer when I was teaching, I went to Coronado, went to Hard Hat Dive School.
On summer break, you got, okay.
Hard hat. And part of it is a mile run. Well, usually he stayed in shape. My partner, even though he was another SEAL, was not in shape. So I crossed the line, look over, and there's Mike. And Mike's a smoker. So I ran back, grabbed Mike, pulled him across the line. So I knew I didn't want him to fail.
Right.
He's my partner. Mm-hmm. So I think never know when there's somebody that's going to help you out. But I think with this brotherhood, you knew these guys were going to help you out. They're going to bring you home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one big principle.
And we, one of the things we, believe in, we believe that the Lord is our helper. But how do people really experience that? I think because, when I walk around here, I can't say, well, I know the presence of the Lord's here, but he's not like I can't touch.
Standing right now.
But when I come into contact with my friend Ben,
bingo,
I can feel, I can touch, we can talk, and he can encourage me. He can strengthen me with the things that we believe in and the things that we're committed to. And that amazes me about the SEALs and the military in general, is that brotherhood.
The military in general.
Yeah.
The brotherhood.
That spiritual connection
is so needed.
It is.
Yeah.
It becomes spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, it is, because it's like, you're not, like you said, you weren't gonna, you could have in the Coronado in the summer that you could have just went and finished right away, but it's not that you just care about the guy. You want to, like, there's this connection there. He's your brother. He's your partner. Yeah. You know that no matter what, if there's a time on the flip side and you can't make it, you got to know that he's going to do the same thing for you. And that goes in everyday life too. It doesn't just like that. Those principles that you learned.
It should happen more.
It should happen more.
It should. Yeah, we get isolated. We get into our own world, and I think everybody's wrapped up into that little thing we carry around called a phone.
That becomes the spiritual connection.
This stuff or this stuff. I mean, just getting to meet Jay is just like, it's amazing. Like this opportunity, and how could we have crossed paths? We crossed paths because of you. And
divine connections, that's what you call them.
Divine connections. Yeah, God leading me to the right person at the right place at the right time. Such an encouragement, man. And so you go on to be a teacher.
Yeah, how long were you a teacher?
But 23 years.
I was gonna say, I know it was over 20 years, yeah.
And what did you teach?
Art, always art.
Yeah, wow.
Well, yeah, you were in art school before you enlisted, right?
Yeah. First job was at Western Leyden High School. Actually, come out of Vietnam, went to Loop Junior College, then went down to Carbondale. While I was in Chicago, I learned how to attend bar in Old Town. So I go down to Carbondale. My Chicago owner says, go into this bar and ask for Bill Hitchcock. So I walk in the bar and says, I work for Neil. He goes, oh, super. Where do you want a job? A bartender job at a college? First of all, it's a job. Secondly, get to know everybody. That's where I met the wife.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Met her in art class. And then I figured that because the state budget, I didn't want the program to be cut. So I transferred to the University of Illinois. And up there, first semester, academic probation. Get your act together, you know? So, graduation.
Hit the biggest guy. Just go and hit him right.
First job was in West Leyden for 2 years. Didn't get tenured, came to Freeport, got a job there, taught the junior high, met Mr. Shepard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He and I taught there for, I think, 5 years. And then in '82, they had a RIF, reduction in force. And the whole economy here, I kind of hit the skids. Belvedere Auto, I think they laid off the whole shift. That's when I went back in the military. Came back, I left the military, I think in '86, went to Colorado, taught in Colorado for 4 years. And my sons were preteen, going to start driving. I thought, you know, we're out here in the country, and everybody works for Marten Marietta, and they're not long-term friends because they move on. So Shipper told me, hey, they got a restaurant and art job open, so I came back. And came back in '90 and been here ever since.
90, yeah, and then 90 till you retired.
2007.
2007.
And coach wrestling?
Coach wrestling.
Coach wrestling as well. Wow.
He had, I'll never forget walking around in that school. The big thing I remember, the size of your calves when I was in high school, because he never wore pants. You know what I mean? He's always wearing shorts. The guy had bowling balls. You remember that, Steve? It was bowling balls for calf muscles walking around. Those frogman legs. That's what it is.
When you stand on your toes, that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so this podcast is designed. We had this thought. You know, it was like everybody's heard of Michael Jordan. Everybody's heard of presidents and leaders. But what about the guys out there no one's ever heard of? They're really heroes, man. They've done some things. They've contributed to society. They've contributed to their community, and obviously the military, man. Our heart. I mean, we're just right on with the military and those that have been a part of that. So, give us a parting word, Jay. Tell us something that you would encourage somebody, especially young men who watch this podcast. It's mainly young guys who watch our podcast, follow us. What advice would you give to somebody?
Having sons and having grandchildren, I'm concerned about the social media. I think that you have to have a goal, and have to have a short-term goal, a long-term goal. You have to have someone or something to believe in when you can't find a sub. You need to have that strength, and you never know what's going to be there.
Man, that's a great
You need to take care of one another. You need to look after your neighbor, especially the elderly. I mean, us old guys need these young guys to look after us because you never know when something's going to happen. You need to have know your parameters, know your strengths, know your weaknesses. When you make a mistake, it's not wrong. It's like, what did I learn from my situation? How can I improve it? How can I help somebody improve their situation? How can I help you, brother?
Yeah.
How can I help you, brother? Care for one another. Life's short, and things can happen almost instantaneously and change your life. Go forward, step forward. Doesn't matter what direction, step forward. Keep moving. Keep shining. Keep the strength. Keep believing in someone is someplace. So when you can't find a sub, you need that inner strength. Build your inner strength. Rely on it.
That's great.
That's powerful. That needs to be a book, all right?
right
Somebody
there.
needs to
Bingo.
come and just take
Yep.
notes and let this guy talk. Some last words from Ben.
I think I just got my new tattoo. When you can't find the sub, you got to have something to believe in.
I like it.
Right? God is there and he's with you no matter what. Find that spiritual strength inside you that God gives you. And when you see a brother that needs some help,
Yeah.
take a chance.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us on Everyday Warrior. What a phenomenal podcast. Jay, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us. We want to say a big special thank you to Generations Brewery. And if you haven't stopped by, stop by. It's a beautiful facility, and it's a great place, great people. We're so excited to do another podcast for you. Everyday Warrior. We'll be coming out with more podcasts in the future. We focus on 5 principles. I would say that Jay covered them all. There was leadership, there was courage, certainly reward, perseverance, and power. Takes power to be a frogman. So God bless you. Have a great rest of your day, and we hope to see you again on Everyday Warrior.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hey! Congratulations, you finished the episode. But for real though, thank you so much for joining us and hearing the message of the Warrior Way told through our Everyday Warrior. Please like, comment, share, and review this episode. Every single interaction helps us get that beautiful Warrior Way message out there. Thank you so much for joining us and helping us build up men, one everyday warrior at a time. God bless.